Access Radio. WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Janelle, celebrity vocal coach right here, and I am a part of Give It Life.
And ratchet,
and real extra ratchet, raunchy.
That'll be everywhere, like.
Those shops is upstairs, but we down here by the wall. We leave that up to Vito.
At the river, sip it up. You know, send me, I back it up. Make your hips swing, lean and look. Till you lose your head, then you try to hook. Head ya, girls here, get it in. Till your phone start ring, ding, 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 ding. And I be my way to him. Zim, my boyfriend, killer, oh yeah. Shim, I got the night simmering. Him see me in a style and never see you win. Beep, we on the way, and we're glimmering. Wet like a summer dripping, oh yeah. I got him, I know. I got him, I don't give a fuck. I got him, I know. I got him, I know. We open up on my foot same time. Me no want no me time. Tell you got fit chillin' in the meantime. Come and feel like but one pop it on your life, me pop a rubber band.
Oh, my shiny forehead. You like my intro song? Isn't that great?
Yes,
I know. I love it too. I'll put that out.
Yes,
I love that. Hey guys, you can see that I have a friend. Say hi. Tell them who you are and just say hi.
Who, me?
Yeah. Just
so people can see me. People can see me, but I can't see them. That's what it is. Correct. I can only see you. Okay.
I can see you. You can see me, but they can see you. We can see their comments. Don't worry, get used to it. You'll be back.
It's all good. I'm Coach Mo, everybody. I am a life coach and health coach, and I am about elevating women, helping them to get holistically balanced Yes, balancing your mental, your emotional, your physical, your spiritual, all that good stuff, because we as women need it, right or wrong.
Correct. And the good part is I love her because I'm great at giving other people advice. But as anyone knows, that you do not give yourself good advice. I don't follow all the shit that I tell y'all to do because it's really good for you. So it's hard to do that. So we need our checks and balances. So you need someone who can check you on your stuff and be like, wait a minute, now you know that's not what you would say to your clients. You need to do the same. So that's why you have to have those people around you to do that. What's up, everybody? What's up?
Hey, peoples. Hey,
so,
peoples.
Hey, Prody. So that's why that's important. So it's important, like, and I don't think that a lot of people who coach or who are therapists or different things, they never talk about that. Because the therapist needs a therapist, the coach needs a coach to hold them accountable. Because what happens is, it's like you see through your eyes for somebody else, but when you're dealing with it, you don't really see so great for your own eyes. And then you think you can beat your own advice, so you don't be taking your own advice. So you have to have somebody to be like, ring it in.
But sometimes it's not even necessarily beating your own advice. You just so caught up in yourself emotionally. That's what it is. That your vision becomes very skewed. You get what I'm saying?
Of course. So, and you be knowing better.
Yeah, you do know better.
On a personal note, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I be knowing when I fuck up. I'll call her and tell her, I'm fucking up right now. I'll say, hey, 1 second. I'm fucking up. And then I just need somebody to check me because I know better. And then literally what she's saying, I already said about myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm acting like this. I'm operating like this. I'm doing this. And she's like, yes. And you just need someone to hear it because you know better. You know absolutely better. And I'd be like, I don't care. And then so forth.
But sometimes the key is that you need to hear yourself say it too. Because while we're talking, you are constantly saying, I know this. Yeah, I was going to do that. Or I was going to do this. So why you not doing it?
See the comments down there. It says peace, everyone. You'll see the
I can see hey Tyrone.
Yes, Tyrone. Cool, Tyrone. I love Tyrone. Tyrone is interesting. But today we're going to talk a little bit because the holidays are coming up. So there's a couple things I want to talk about. But real quick about the holidays. Holidays are touchy. Because I feel like we all love the holidays and everything, but really interesting, like if you get with somebody like right now before the holidays, little touchy. Like, do you give a gift? Do you not give a gift? I think we talked about this a little bit before. What is appropriate? Because it's like real weird. Like if you talk to someone new right now, technically you don't give a gift because you don't want to give too much, but you want to give a little something. So it's kind of like a weird time. But then also what makes it hard that no one talks about is the breakups around the holidays. Because the breakups around the holidays, that person already had plans with it. I love you too. I'm the most interesting man alive. You are, boo. You are. So the thing about it is, if you break up around the holidays, that's kind of touchy too, because then your holiday was already set and now it's not set. So if you already bought the gift, do you still give the gift? And then you're kind of like weird during the holidays, especially like if you planned it. So, for my holiday people. And then if you have nobody, all that boo upness is really like annoying to people who are single. So there's a lot of stuff going on around the holiday. Interesting.
Truth be told,
my advice. Okay.
I was gonna say, if you want to start with the first thing about being together again with somebody right by the holidays and trying to figure out if you give a gift but might not give a gift, but then you don't want to be shady if you don't give a gift and then they give you a gift. It's all about communication. Let's talk about this for real. I want to talk about it so there's no gray area.
Oh my God. I thought Wiz wasn't coming on here. So here comes Wiz. I should have known. You could stay away.
Hey,
hello, Wiz.
What's up?
Wiz is annoying as hell. You're about to hear it. You gotta love him.
What's going on?
Nothing. We're about to talk about just a little briefly about, do you give a gift? Like if you get somebody right now, do you give? Wiz, what do you do? Don't start with the cowboy shit right now today.
Sorry.
They have this whole rivalry going on with the Cowboys. Yeah, he's just
representing
the Cowboys.
That's right.
He just has to be. If you have the cat litter, you bring. I think that you should get. Here's the thing. I think if you get with somebody now, I think you should give a not expensive, personal little gift. You know what I'm
said
saying?
if
Like
we're
listen to
right
the
now,
person. Like a
or you
little
just talking?
personal gift. Like, for instance, if the person likes music, you know, you can get them something like, I don't know, like, you know, sometimes if they like music.
Something from Family Dollar.
No, no, stop playing. We're gonna be serious today. Stop playing.
Not. I'm
Not Family
saying
Dollar,
Family Dollar
but
got Family Dollar got nice gifts.
for instance, vinyl's coming back in. Maybe a vinyl album or a book about that person. Like, I saw something the other day that I thought was really, really cool. I was in this bookstore that specializes in music and vinyls and different things. I cannot. They're fighting about the Giants and Cowboys. I'm not gonna do this with you. Like, y'all better
Disrespectful.
stop.
We talked about
And
bullying.
so the thing
We
is,
talked about
I
bullying.
found. Listen, I found a book that was showing all hip hop, like old school hip hop, all the jewelry of hip hop artists. Like something, you know, that you can do like something like that. Or if someone likes wine or liquor, you can go ahead and get them a really good bottle of, you know, cognac or something like that. I think those are good gifts. But like,
Mad Dog
you know, it should be
44.
kind of personal and in between there.
What
If
if they
we're
don't
dating
celebrate?
now and still in December, I want my Xmas gift. Okay, you're right.
What if they don't celebrate though? And
Okay,
you
that's
do.
different. Now, that's okay.
Yes.
If they don't celebrate, you don't have to worry about gifts.
Okay,
That's right.
You would know that
Yes.
because some people don't celebrate, but some people
which
do.
is true. Which is true.
Because
That's what I say.
I mean,
So let me
it
ask you a
depends. All I'm
question. Let me
saying is,
ask you
if
a
they
both a
celebrate,
question.
what do you? You know, I think that you still get them a little something, but I think you go personal.
Tyrone
So
saying,
let me
even if
ask
I
you.
want you, I still want to give. Watch out.
So I'm just saying. So what you're
What?
saying is date a person that doesn't
There you
believe
go.
in
Even if
Christmas.
they dump you, I still want to
No,
get.
no,
I
nobody's
agree.
saying that.
No, I agree. Like I'm
No,
saying that.
what you agree? What that if you get
And,
if you
okay,
get dumped,
this
that
is
you
what
still
my
supposed to get a
argument.
gift?
This is what my argument is. So let's just say someone breaks
I'm
up
about to
with you
read.
this month. I feel like you still should get a gift. A gift. I feel like you owe me. If I
Yeah,
was
you
your
can get this
girlfriend,
re-gift.
Yo, it depends on how y'all
I'm
break up
being
though.
serious right
Let's
now.
call a spade a spade. It definitely depends on how y'all break up. Because if I don't want nothing to do with you, I could care less about a gift.
Okay. Nope. If you don't have to be called an Xmas gift, it could be an exchange gift. Whatever way you want to say, whatever way you want to say it.
I put in the time.
Exactly. So me and Tyrone, we are on this, Mr. Green. Tyrone, we are on the same note. Here's my thing. I understand. If it wasn't like a badass breakup or something like that, here's my point. I'm not playing. Seriously.
Read
I
this.
feel like
What it
you're
says.
supposed to get.
Read what it says.
It's beginning.
It's
What it
beginning
says.
to look like
F this.
a lot like fuck this. Can't do. I love that. You're so stupid. My point is, I think you should still get a gift. This is why I was talking about. Okay, so there was a show before I was talking about. I feel like when you're with somebody, there should be boyfriend and girlfriend contracts. I honestly feel like you should still get your gift. I think it's unfair. If I put in all this time and then you want to break up with me in October and November, I deserve my gift still.
October, November. So by the end of December, y'all could have been dating.
Because it's hard for me to get somebody else. By the time to replace your gift. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's going to get a good gift. I'm dead ass.
So getting a gift means that much to you? That you're willing to be like, yo,
yeah, my
we
Christmas
broke up.
gift does that. Yes, my Christmas gift.
So then that means you have a certain caliber of a gift.
I think that can't to work with. I need my gift. Like, I'm dead ass. About time Tyrone be on the same page with us. We're getting a gift because before he was saying no. You're right, Purdy. I'm really dead serious about this damn gift. Like, I really feel like if I put in my time and I had it, like, that's what I was doing before, and you didn't give me enough time to replace the gift that I'm supposed to get. Still deserve a gift. You want an girlfriend alimony? Chill. No, I'm dead serious. I'm so serious. I'm breaking up with you so I don't have to give you a gift.
You sounded like a cheesecake.
That's what's fucked up. If you break up with me, like a cheesecake. I'm so serious about this. Like, I don't understand how people don't understand this. Him and his candle. I don't care, but I'm gonna give you your gift too. Because most likely, here's my thing. If you're my man, most likely I already started buying your gifts or paying off on it. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not right. Because let's think about it. When you're with a significant other, sometimes if it costs a little bit of money, you already started in October or November. So, you know. Just speaking from the side, man's side, we want gifts too. I just said I still need to give you your gift too. I think we should still exchange gifts. Facts, we are bested. Exactly.
Give us our gifts and our flowers.
Buying your gift. Do you realize that usually by that time, if you're with somebody, it's usually an expensive gift and you started? That's all I'm saying.
I mean, this is true. This is true.
That's all I'm saying. And you gave me no time to go ahead and get somebody else. And I got to deal with the fact that if I have plans with you, oh my God.
Get a big.
Yo, who is drunk? I am dead right now with his comment.
Wiz is something wrong with it. I broke up with a girl in February because money was light. Got back together with her in March. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm dead on that.
Now, the reason...
What Wiz got going on, though?
I don't know what Wiz got going on. I'm ignoring him right now. I'm really ignoring him right now because he has some Home Depot shit going on.
Oh, he the candle man.
Oh, wow, he got a lot of candles.
I'm gonna put this one candle in this big ass box. Merry Christmas.
Oh, he's gonna put the candle in the big ass box.
You idle.
Oh my God. Great game. Playing drunk. No, that's not cute. That's not cute at all.
Don't listen to Tyrone. He waits till the day before to go shopping for every holiday.
Ooh. That's not cool. I'm just saying.
You wait till everything go on clearance.
So now, this was leading up to what I was saying before. Wiz the candle plug. I ain't even know. Yeah, Wiz is bugging. So he got a they done blacked him out. So here's the thing. So the reason I'm saying this, that's just like a quick little question because somebody did ask me that, and I was talking about that. But what I really wanted to talk about this time was what we were talking about earlier today, just in case we don't work out. I got it. What we were talking about earlier today, I feel like, because I was discussing this earlier today, pet peeve of mine and what I really feel like. I feel like some women, we give too, like in the beginning, I feel like we have to stop bringing, because I feel like I've been guilty of this. You have to stop bringing all your cards and assets up front. A lot of times good women, especially when they've been looking for men and they are looking for them and they think that they found a good man, they bring all of their cards, all the bags, all the gifts, everything up front. So basically what happens is they meet them and they say, oh, look, I can cook. I clean, I cook, I support you, I do all of this stuff. And they show it up front and they tell it. And so the guy is looking at this and he's like, damn, she does all of this and you know, you're showing it. You're like, look, I cook, I clean, I'm loyal, I invest, I support you, I'm doing this. So the first couple of weeks, you're just showing them all of your cards saying, look at me, great woman. But what I fear and what I'm saying is where I feel like we shouldn't show all of our hand and we need to pull back a little bit more.
Nah, show it.
Because
show it.
I feel
Be a
like
shower.
the men, I feel like the men
Be a shower.
Don't fall in love with you. They fall in love with everything you represent. So that when you're getting into the thing, they're not sure if they love you or everything you do for them. I feel like they fall in love with everything that you do and the way that they treat them. Because there's a lot of men out there that they love the woman, but really when you investigate and look deep down, they love everything that she does. Not exactly her, but everything the way that she loves them. And I feel like a lot of men fall in love with women over the things that they do, over how they love them, not them particularly themselves. And I really strongly believe that because sometimes I feel like as women, especially the ones that, and I'm not talking about no asshole women or anything. Like let's get rid of all the badass women, the ones that don't do shit. I'm talking about, because right now there's a lot of single women out there. And a lot of them, okay, I'm not talking about the percentage that don't know how to cook, don't know how to do nothing. I'm talking about a lot of them are women who would hold down their man. And I think a lot of them right now, because they feel the competition of other women, they know that there's a lot of women out there. they lead with all their assets first. Let me see. The more comfortable a woman feels, the more she slows up with the affection and gifts and the cooking and all that. No, I'm not talking about that. But before we get to that, I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Before we get to that, I'm just talking about, you ever meet a woman and literally right out the bat, she shows you everything. Like she shows you, look, I cook, I clean, I support, I do this. And you're like, damn, I love the way she's rolling. Like, I love the way she's rolling. And you get in there because she's showing you all that. I feel like we need to pull back. I feel like women need to still show a little of that, but they need to stop showing that. Because here's what I'm finding. You will find a lot of women in relationships playing wife and never getting the contract. Why? I mean, they're never getting the contract. They are literally playing wife for years and years. Wiz, are we talking about something serious right now before I smack you?
Because I'm just saying, for what she presents, she can get. I'm just setting up my Christmas gifts. This might be rap, but I'm safe to say that.
I'm gonna punch him. So my thing is that they end up doing a lot, right? They end up doing a lot. They end up doing everything. You ever see some? And I know you know. You ever see some of the friends that you have? They've been in a relationship for 5 and 7 years. Literally, they look like their wives. They absolutely look like their wives. They do everything like their wives. I feel like they're doing too much. That's just my opinion. I feel like they're doing too much. They're showing too much. They're acting too much. They even moved in. Like, I mean, 3.5 kids, the house. They buying houses, but no seal the deal. I feel like they're picking up laundry, cooking, doing all that. No seal the deal. I just feel like a lot of times right now, women are feeling the pressure and they're in competitions with themselves. OMG, the contract shouldn't be your goal. The man should be your goal. If you got him, what you need a contract for. Yes, you do. See, I don't believe that. That's crazy that you say that to me. What you mean the man should be the goal? The man should be the goal with a contract. Like, he should marry you. Like, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. That's what I'm talking about. Why are women, just like I got the man, why can't we have a contract? Why am I sitting here playing wifey and you're calling me wifey, but then we're not making it solid? And, you know, we having 3 kids and a dog and we're buying houses and stuff to car, but I'm not sealing the deal. A lot of women are doing that.
Wait, hold on. What?
Do y'all all hear Big Al?
I'm sorry to comment.
Why was Wiz eating something brown with white cream coming out of it? Sometimes his mouth, oh my Lord, something's in his mouth. I'm trying to have a serious conversation, and I can't. Y'all are killing me today. Because this is really disturbing me, but y'all are killing me today.
It wasn't the glizzy, it was devil dogs.
Why are you eating devil dicks?
Whatever it was, it looked very unhealthy, by the way. That's just the health coach.
It is unhealthy. And this is why that, you know, the show before this, you didn't know, there's a little problems with the equipment. And it's because he's drinking orange juice and he's eating unhealthy stuff. You know, the longevity of the equipment is not working very well because of all the sugars that he's doing.
Negative.
No, it's not negative. And it's been a problem. And he keeps doing that. And
the equipment will work stronger. How about that? The equipment will work stronger had you
at no point in history has marriage ever kept a man. Hold it. We're not talking about cheating. Wait. At no point in history has marriage ever kept a man from cheating. If he's going to cheat, he's going to cheat kids, no kids contact. No, there is a difference. Let me tell you something. I never said that marriage keeps anybody from cheating. But I tell you one thing. I'd rather deal with my husband versus my boyfriend. Because one thing for sure, if I've been with somebody for 4 or 5 years and he's going to cheat on me, there's very much of a difference coming from a divorce to let's just break up and the ass has got to be split a different way. I'd rather deal with it because it's more serious. It's actually more serious to break up when you're divorced. It's much harder, more serious to think about, and you think about working it out, figuring it out when you are married versus when you're not. So I'm never saying that being married, that never came out my mouth, that being married keeps a person from cheating. But it does legitify the relationship a lot more. The paperwork makes it a lot harder. It makes it a lot different. And that's a fact. It just does. Oh, and there's other stuff to deal with. One thing is when your boyfriend dies, you don't get shit. When your husband dies, you get a lot of shit. And that's a fact.
It
Even getting a
depends.
divorce. When you deal with child support.
You got
Yeah,
common
it's
law
just
marriage.
common law is bullshit.
Is
It works, but it doesn't work. It doesn't really work the way that you want it. It's cute. That's what I'm saying. It's in between. It doesn't really work in some states. You have to understand, marriage is a contract.
It is.
Here's the thing that kills me when people say that, and I'm not going on you, the person who said that, but listen to me. I find it very funny that we will do a contract for our cars. You do an auto loan for your car. You do a contract for your house. You do all of that, but you don't want a contract for your relationship.
This is my common law right
all
here.
The other
This is my common
decisions
law
in your life. You're over there doing contracts and signing your name on the dotted line, and there's consequences. Why is it not that way when it comes to a relationship? It baffles me that people don't want to get married, but they want to buy a house together. This is the most ridiculous thing that I ever seen. You want to hold all the paperwork to that, but not to a marriage? Nonsense to me.
Listen,
marriage is a contract. It is a business still. So why are you not acting like it is? Why are you sitting there doing all this work, both of you, not just the man, not just the woman, both of you, without having some type of guidelines in a sense in that way? Marriage only benefits a woman.
This is my common law wife right now.
Married in 2022. That's not true. It just doesn't benefit. It's a proven fact that married men live longer than single men. You know why? Because their wives make sure they go to the doctors. Their wives make sure they do different things. They make sure that they're healthy. That is don't even play yourself. That is a proven fact. And how it benefits a man, do you care about your children? Let's get to it. Because I'm tired of these men saying that, and then you over there making babies. So if you care about your seed, the one that's going to carry your name, how about marry the mother?
I carry a baby right here. I carry about
how
my
about that?
Right
because the thing about it is, this is the thing, I'm real passionate about this, because that just pisses me off. Because y'all out here laying seeds everywhere and thinking that, it doesn't, marriage doesn't benefit. Care about your namesake. Care about your seed. Marry the mother. Because it makes a difference if they're in the house and do so. But I'm gonna let you speak.
But if they marry, well, you touched on so many things. Like you gotta get, I want to respond, but you hitting on like 11,000 things. I can't even interject and remember everything you said.
It drives, you know what it is? I'm gonna calm down and let you speak, because it drives me crazy how the Black community right now is trying to promote not getting married. While all the other races are promoting getting married, and they are ahead of us. They are ahead of us in so many other ways because they're keeping their families together. And it makes a difference. They're creating generational wealth. The kids are doing things and everything. Our kids are not. It is failing us that all these Black men out here are dropping all these kids, and they don't have fathers in the households, and they're not doing stuff. It is failing the next generation. It is really fucking us up. And we're over here sitting now. The big thing is, you don't need to be married. You don't need to be married. It's insane because everybody else is doing better than us. And I'm not saying divorce is on the rise, but in what community? In what community? Because we keep acting like it's okay to have 3 kids, 3 different baby mamas, don't be married, and just being around doing stuff, shacking up. It's not okay. It's not. Because you know why? Y'all don't have enough money to do it the way that y'all think it's okay, because a lot of them are like, you don't have to get married, you can have all this stuff. But do you have the money to take care of the mothers and all the children that you are creating? Because the idea, because people like to go back and say, we're not supposed to be meant for monogamy. Okay, but you know how it's supposed to go? Each and every single one of the women that you're with are supposed to be able to have the same thing. So you're supposed to buy a house for all of the women, buy the same Benz or Audis for all of the women. So if your ass can't do that, stop having a bunch of women and a bunch of mothers, because you can't provide for them in all the same way. That right there gets on my nerves. Because then y'all get on platforms talking about, I don't want to pay child support because I still got to live and do stuff. That means your dick doesn't have enough money to spread it. So stop spreading it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm
Who pissed
serious.
off Wild Thoughts
Your
tonight?
sperm is not worth shit. If you don't have the money behind you to keep sticking it in different women, stop doing it. That's it. Because you don't have enough money to take care of everybody.
But it's
And
also the
taking care of the
women have to
mother.
stop too.
Also, I understand. We will get on women who keep having it. I've been on this show enough times, and I got on the women. I got on the women for opening up their legs. But I'm not going to let the men just disappear and think that, because y'all talk about, I don't want kids. Why can't I decide if I want an abortion? Listen, you know where you're sticking your dick. Have some dick control. Put a condom on it, but you don't want to. That's fine. Here's my thing. That is fine. But make sure you got some money in the bank. If you don't got no money in the bank, stop fucking around. That's as simple as that, because you can't, because the other thing is, soon as everybody has a problem with why she keeping babies and why she doing stuff, and y'all get mad because it's in your pockets. We went over the other time, how much the percentages each person gets. So, as far as having kids, my whole thing is this: if you can't afford it, stop doing it. That's as simple as that. You can't afford it. I don't want to hear about the rest, because taking care of the mother is also taking care of the child. And if people go, I don't supposed to take care of the mother. You don't supposed to drop your seed in her either without taking care of her. Let's go backwards, because her mental has to do with how your child is.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
You're right about that.
So stop fucking around and doing all that. And so y'all be like, we don't need to get married. No, you do. So you can start taking care of the whole entire household and raising that being that's going to carry on your name. And that's the problem right now. The next generation, it's scary out here. Because people are not raising their kids, or they're leaving it just to the mom and different things. And these kids are going to get older, and this is our future. These are supposed to be our doctors and lawyers and all of this that's going on. Mm-hmm. How are we doing right by them? And on top of it, let's talk about this. I'm going to let you talk, because I said a whole bunch, and I know you want to make a comment, but I have to throw this in there too. And I know you can comment on this. When y'all are not married either, what if that person is sick? What if that person gets ill and y'all are not married? You leave them to the wind? Because that's the craziest thing too. What do? Because people out here getting sick. But see, when y'all don't have that foundation, shit is all fucked up. Because what happens with a wife? She takes care of her husband when he gets sick and stuff. That is real. Marriage only benefit? No, that is real. And we don't talk about that. Because men out here are getting prostate cancer, different stuff, women too. But see, when y'all keep doing all this other stuff, then they left alone sick by themselves and all that. And that takes a unit. When someone is sick and you have children and stuff, that takes a family unit, a complete family unit. I'm going to be quiet and let you speak, because I got in my feelings a little bit, because this is crazy. I'm sick of singing it. I'm sick of it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't even know where to start. But I was
you can start. It's crazy.
I was just start. All right, so let's start with going back to men and women getting married. Yes. Well, men and women getting married is foreign from the Bible. It's biblical, right? So there's a lot of people in this day and time, they don't believe the Bible anymore. They don't believe in the Bible. So they're not going to believe in wanting to be married or having the.
So if you cheat or decide to leave the marriage, what the man get? Nothing? What are you talking about? So who's cheating? We're going to get back to that. Let's put on pause because I'm going to let you talk. How about work out the problems of why y'all cheating? But go on. Go ahead.
So there's men out there who are just as committed as a married man, but just don't want the title of being married. So I don't want to disregard that. There are some good men and some good fathers out there that stays in the home stays in the home and in the household. And I'm not saying I disagree with my girl, but I am giving the other perspective that holds true. Mm-hmm. There are men out there that will father other kids with other women, and they take care of all of their children, and they make sure that their children are raised together, even though they have different moms. So
That's true.
There are men out there who are as equally committed that do not want to marry, just like there's women out there who do not want to marry because they are scared or afraid of the commitment. Some of it is cultural curses. Some of it is generational curses. Some of it is also their environment.
Hold on. Black men not getting married because a black woman would say she's not happy after 15 years and take half the money in the house. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna let you finish, but let me say something. If she put in 15 years, she deserves half the house. and half the money. Because if I put in 15 years of a marriage and I gotta fuck your ass every other day, cook and clean for you and do all kind of shit, be your backbone, put up, argue, or whatever other shit that happens, because usually with 15 years, somebody does something or whatever the case, because it ain't easy being married. She deserves half of that. Why is it that when people put in time, they think that you don't deserve that? So if I put in 15 years, I do deserve half of your fucking money and half of the house. And so do you. That's what I'm saying. But go ahead, finish.
But
That's crazy.
if you're not married and you are buying a house and both names are going on the deed, it is still rightfully both of y'all's.
But
So
you know what they
that
make you do? What happens is right now, if you're not married and you buy it, they make you sell it. Here's the problem. This is the thing. They make you sell it and split it. But what makes it hard, well, the other person buys it, but one thing with marriage is if you have kids, they will make the husband buy it out or give it to you if your kids are small, not big. But that's all. We can get to that later. But go on.
well, just referring to what John said, black men not getting married because a black woman will say she not happy. A black woman will say she not happy after 15 years and take half of the money and the house. But let's not cry. Let's not cry wolf to make it seem like that man is perfect for those 15 years and the woman is not just tired of it. Y'all men can agree that y'all put women through some shit. So when it gets to that point where she's tired, she hung out with you, she was loyal, she ride or die, you did all of this bullshit. And then by year 15, she's like, listen, I have so much more in my life to live. I don't want to do this with you anymore. But now you're tired of doing what you've been doing for the last 14 years and you ready to get right. Now you mad because she want to have, she's not happy and she's ready to move on with her life to find somebody who appreciates her or to find herself, because she got lost in you for the last 14 years while she was so consumed with all of the bullshit you put her through. So you can make that statement and make that comment, but you know that that comment is multifaceted. The women who's not happy after 15 years, it's not because they've been glorified. It's not because they've been treated like a queen. It's not because they've had any and everything that they asked for and they received it. You know damn well why after 15 years a woman will say she's done. And then she gets the house or she gets half of it because that's a mutual investment. So let's not act on that. I forgot what else I was gonna say about something else, but
Well, keep going. We were talking about a lot of stuff, and I gotta let you finish because I was ranting. I ain't gonna lie, I just started ranting.
So the other thing he was talking about was you were talking about men not being in the household, which is true, and fathering other women, fathering other kids with other women and not being there, which is leaving our young men and young women because they grow up with childhood trauma not having a man in the house, just like they grow up with childhood trauma not having a woman in the house, because there are some single fathers that's out there raising kids because the mother's not there or the mother's addicted or so on and so forth. But if we're talking about the men need to know that children need that stability. So you can talk about how, you want to go sleep here and sleep there. But the household, if you're going to start fathering children, you need to understand what it takes to father a child. And if you just going to be out here, fucking, then you need to be strapping up and not leaving your seeds behind. Because essentially that's what's going to happen. Then they're either going to act just like you because you wasn't around, or they will pick a different route and start living a better life because they don't want to be susceptible to raising their kids under how they were raised, which was fatherless.
Okay, so let's read this comment. 90% of the time, the woman knows what type of man she's getting when marrying him. She just finesses herself into believing he'll change. Is that wrong, though? Like, is it wrong to really think, and I don't mean like a drastic change, but if you are in any type of relationship, you change a person. I don't see, like, that's the thing. Like, we make it seem like it's something wrong. And I don't think it's something wrong with, I don't say completely changing a person, but showing them another side. And I sometimes when you listen to a man, he'll say, one of the things is, she taught me how to do this. Like, you'll hear people say, she taught me how to love. She taught me how to do this. And that's changing a person a little bit. And I understand drastic DNA change is different. But I don't think, just saying like with a woman, because I've had relationships where a man has shown me a different way to be. And it's changed me. It's changed my thought process and it changed me. And I think that we need to embrace a little change sometimes that each person can bring. When you have a friend, they can teach you to change. I think it's okay to teach someone to change a little bit, like to want to do that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to you?
It does make sense, but let's talk the truth. Like evolution is real. Like everyone evolves. So saying 90% of the time the woman know what type of man she is getting when she marry him. Yeah, you're right. And most times, many people date before they marry, and women see the potential in men. That's what we do, right? We're
All the
nurturers.
time.
That's how God created us. We see the potential. So that's why, even though we know who we're marrying, we have the hopes and we have the nurturing that you're going to change. Men are immature. You go through some shit in your 20s, the expectation is in your 30s, you're not going to do that no more because you're supposed to be evolving, you're supposed to be growing. So regardless of the fact of us having this mentality, it's true. Sometimes y'all not going to change, and that's what we will have to accept. But then it goes right back to 15 years later, sir, the same comment you made. If we're getting with you and we're trying to nurture you, we're trying to be with you, we're believing in you, we're supporting you, we're believing that you can be better, right? If it's 15 years later and you're not better, then yes, we're leaving drunk. We out of here. Because like you said, 90% of us get what you thinking we're going to change you. So then we have to come to the realization that we're not going to change.
Read this comment. See, this is where we go. This is where we disagree. I'm glad you brought up evolution because honestly, we have evolved past marriage. I don't believe that.
Well, some people have though. Some people have, and that's just
no. No. I'm not saying that it's not impossible, but when you say that, here's my problem. Oh my God, here's my problem. When people say that, I understand that some people have done that, but there is a concept behind that. The problem is a whole bunch of people say that. Well, if we want to put in percentages, a lot of men, and I'm stereotyping it, say that, but they say that for their benefit. Because they don't want the commitment, they want the stuff, but they say the benefit, and they don't do the things that is required to be with the woman if they're not marrying them. So they say that for their benefit, and we gotta be careful because we push this narrative, but the truth is they're not doing the right thing. They're not. They think it's okay, and it's not okay because there is rules to that game too, and they're not doing the rules to it. So what's scary to me, the reason why I want to take it off the table is because there's a lot of men that want to follow that and act like, oh, okay, they're doing the right thing. But a lot of them are saying that narrative and not treating the woman correctly and doing the right thing because there is actually a rule book to that. And they're not following. I can get it if you're actually being in a committed relationship and doing the things that you're supposed to do and don't have the piece of paper. But a lot of people do not have the piece of paper and are not doing the things that they're supposed to do. They're carrying on. And that's why I say that.
Can I make a statement?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? You have how would I say, different generations of men who have come up, right? And from my era, maybe 20 years younger, you got men who will stay in the house to make sure that their children are raised properly, just so that, you know, they can give the child what they need, even though the marriage isn't as tight as it's supposed to be. And now you got a lot of this new generation who thinks that going around sowing oats is the things to do. But a man always become a mature individual once he passes a certain age and have to deal with certain things. And their mindset starts changing. But there's this fear that they carry with them that will not allow them to commit because they're thinking the worst all the way out. So sometimes it takes a woman to sit down with the man and express what her real feelings are, what she's looking for, when they are mature enough to understand. And then maybe we can change the dynamic of what's been going on in our community because everybody seems to be just throwing their hands up and nobody's taking the initiative to try to change it. And I think it comes to a point now where we really need to bring forth in a forum to change these things and then start going out there educating our people and executing that thing so that we can start having a thriving community again, and so that we can build families so that we are not a lost generation the way it seems that we are leading to.
Well said, Al. That means
Yeah,
that's probably why I'm so passionate about it. I think that's why I'm like literally. I know I've been a little like today, and like just speaking. I think that is why, because I'm looking around and it's super scary. Like it's super scary.
but the caveat to what I was saying is, he said his generation, which is respected, but these generations after him didn't own and satisfy that man role of being in the house. So the following generation after that, which are who we're dealing with now, they see that what they're doing is fine. So it will take the men from your generation out. It will take y'all men to talk to these young men to help them understand the importance of what it takes and what it means to have a man in a household, and what they may have lost or have
Yes,
had missed
drunk.
not having a man in the household.
I think you're totally right, and but see, that's what. Okay, so my thing is, it's not that I don't believe. I want to make it very clear that if you're not married, that somebody can't have a committed relationship and raise children and do all that. But it's one of those things where, for instance, I'm gonna go with this, which is kind of true. Back in the days, when you had a baby and you left the hospital, they used to give you some Pampers, some formula, and they used to give you bottled water, like in glass bottles. They used to give you bottled water to give the baby, and they were telling you because the baby needs to drink water. All of a sudden, years later, if you look now, you get. I'm just using this as an example. When you look now, you get no water when you leave the hospital. They'll tell you it's not necessary for a baby to drink water. Now, if you do some research, and being have a background in medical field, this is what happened. They do that now because what they were finding was that people who couldn't afford the formula or they wanted to skim on the formula would just give the babies water, and they were malnutritious, and they were having a lot of incidents and dying. So what they did was change the narrative, because they couldn't say, well, you can give the baby water sometimes, because they knew that some people would not follow that. They just wouldn't listen. So they took water off the table altogether, so the baby could just get formula and nothing could happen. So the reason I'm using that analogy is that's why you hear me all the time so strong on just marriage, not saying that the other way can't work at all. Because for some people, if you just give them the water, unfortunately, they're going to try to skip all that and just feed the baby the water. But so it's like I want to take it off the table because I need people to understand what is going on. And that's why. So I want to make it clear that it can work the other way, but it's hard to explain how to make it work the other way, because people don't understand how the other way works, because it comes with its own set of rules. So that's why you see me pushing the idea of this piece of paper, because it's like, wow, when we're looking now, it's just like, it's insane and crazy. And the younger generation, like you said, when there's not two people in the household, or parents not being, fathers not being around, these people are going to grow up. Like right now, honestly, the man only going to be what the woman wants. And my generation women wants dogs, so that's what we is. They want dogs. I'm gonna say this: when you say they want dogs, that's all that are being offered. It's not that they want dogs. They think that's all that's out there, and that's the truth. Because like right now, if you talk to a young lady, it is real crazy what they think their choices are or what they have. They're all open for a whole bunch of stuff. Like they'll deal with a whole bunch of stuff. Back in the days, you would hear a woman like, you have to think about this right now. Al, you know this. In your generation, if someone was a mistress or a side chick, she was looked upon as bad.
Right.
Now, right, she was looked upon as bad. You'd be like, yo, I don't even want to associate with you. Oh, that's not cool. You hear that, you like, oh, no. Now, openly, this woman could be around married people, friends. It could be a whole party. She don't care, openly say, oh, no, I'm his side bitch. Literally. She will say that with no qualms, because now we have lowered our standards to the point where saying that, oh, I'm his side, oh, I'm his mistress, oh, we just have a situation is an okay conversation. Oh, we just got a baby together. Oh, he got a wife. You have to think about this. How easy people say this now. This is
And
what
how
this
crazy
generation
it
is dealing
still
with.
sound. It still sound crazy to me.
Yes. It should sound crazy, but not to
Yeah.
them. Should I, oh, she
It's
get a
their
lot of money.
norm.
You know what I'm taking now? The side bitch get a lot of money. Oh, I don't have to deal with the other stuff. Literally, this is what's going on, and you expect things to be different. Let me read this comment. It's a great thing to be married and raise a family, but sometimes relationships work out well raising kids together. It's about compromise, respect from the children and the man and woman. Just my opinion. You're absolutely right. I'm just scared about like what I was saying, like, you know, when you open it up, it's true, it can happen. I'm not saying that there's not two people that can raise kids and it can work, but I'm just saying this generation is really scary when you talk to them. Just talk to a 17-year-old, just talk to a 20-year-old, and look how they look at relationships. Ask them about how they see relationships. It is so flimsy, it is insane. And then also listen to what they're saying. A lot of them will tell you, a lot of them will tell you, I don't need to be married to have a baby. They literally will be like, oh, I'm never getting married, but I want 3 kids. You be like, wait, what? That's what they'll tell you. Listen, talk to young people now. They'll say, oh, I'm never getting married, but you like, do you want some kids? They're like, yeah, I have three kids. To each his own. Everything ain't for everybody. I'm saying that we say everything is not for everybody, but it's affecting us. Do you understand that these standards are affecting our community? They are affecting Black people. They're affecting the way that we look. We're affecting our kids in schools and different stuff. You gotta talk to some of these kids now and ask them what are their future plans. They will look at you like this. What? They don't think past high school.
You know what I believe is truly is 3 things:
Yeah.
principles, values, and morals no longer exist with this new generation, and the generations that come before them are not enforcing those things, those values that would make them have more of a respect for themselves. Because when they don't have those things, they no longer have a respect for themselves, and they just moving out of emotion because they see everybody else doing this thing. So it becomes a common practice and the norm when, in all actuality, is not a good place to be as a person. So these women who are willing to have babies because their friend got children and they don't need a man, they just want to have all these babies, or they want to be in relationships for this month and the next month. They don't want to have a relationship because they see somebody else. It's crazy out there. And we have to start taking a stand and start mentoring these people, opening programs so that they have somewhere to turn to, so that they can be educated in how to be fully effective citizens of society so that we can take this blemish off our backs.
And you know what the example of that is too? We're gonna get into the next show. We're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna tell you right now here in Georgia, I ain't never seen so many men over the age of 45 that don't have a place to live. They literally keep looking for women that have houses and stuff like that, and they will be your boyfriend because they need a place to lay their head. I ain't never seen so many men over the age of 45 that stay in extended homes. Like extended stays and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, but
In a
you,
sense.
yeah, but you got to understand that's the generation of single mothers who raise those young men.
Those men.
Don't
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
what I was getting
let
to.
those men go
This is what I
until
was
they
getting to.
realize that they can't do nothing for them. And
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Say it again. This is what I was getting to get to. We will continue this on the next show, but I'm telling you, I know you got to come back. But I'm gonna let you keep talking right now. We're getting close. I'm gonna let you finish up, but we are gonna put a part 2 to this because we are not done. Because the truth is, it is very much so. This is what I'm trying to show. What happens? What literally happens? Because it's insane and crazy right now. Because look at the men right now at a certain age. You can see what happens, and then everybody acting like it's okay.
Yeah.
Some young people have very low standards